The American Chamber of Commerce in Shanghai's China Business Report is one of the longest running business surveys published about China. We've published it continually every year since 1999. This year's survey was conducted from July to August, and it measured companies' assessment of their business and investment performance, their perception of the business climate, and it also explored current topics such as supply chains, cybersecurity, decoupling, localization, and the Chinese economic growth perspective. Among the key findings of the survey are that American business is less optimistic about the future growth of the China market than they have been in the past. This year, only 55% of our companies reported that they were optimistic or slightly optimistic about the growth prospects over the next 5 years. This is lower than 2020 during the height of the COVID crisis, and even lower than 2019 at the outbreak of the US-China trade war. This represents the lowest figure in our Chamber's survey's history. Another key data point of this year's report is businesses' attitude towards investment in China. This year, only 18% of our companies reported that China is the top investment destination for their company worldwide. This is lower than last year, when companies reported it was 27%, and it's significantly lower than our average has been in recent years, which has been about 25%. Growing regulatory challenges are another problem that was highlighted in this year's survey. The top challenges listed by businesses include cybersecurity and data, IPR protection, and domestic procurement requirements. All of these issues were perceived as more challenging this year than last year and point to a more difficult and more risky environment for companies to operate. Our survey also asked our members what 3 factors would do the most to help their business this year. Unsurprisingly, the largest number replied that easing China's zero COVID policies would do the most to help their business. Other significant answers included an improvement in US-China relations and growth of China's consumer market. This year's report also highlights that although the business climate may be more difficult, American companies are in China to stay. The opportunities of the China market are just too important, and China remains deeply entrenched in many companies' supply chains. We hope this year's survey is useful to policymakers on both sides of the Pacific, to our companies, and of course to their headquarters overseas. To learn more, go to our website.